Good morning. I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
Oy, happy Monday and belated happy Father's Day. And of course, yung mga fellow Muslim brothers natin.
Oo, Feast of Sacrifice today, Idil Adha.
A day of peace, love. Oo, sana yung mga balita puro peace and love lang.
Oo nga. Pero ano ba? Holiday ngayon. Pero
Holiday ngayon. Walang traffic.
tingnan mo naman ang ating brunch.
And syempre, holiday. Fish tayo.
Oo.
Sponsored by the Brunch team.
Oo,
Galing-galing
meron
naman.
tayong pandesal. Oh my gosh.
Fried rice, fried talong.
I love talong.
Fried meatloaf, tapos hotdog.
Talagang
traditional
brunch
Pinoy.
na brunch.
Traditional Pinoy brunch yan. Mga kumakain ng breakfast na 10 a.m. yan. Cross over to 11. Uy, pero madami tayong balita ngayon. Hindi porket holiday, walang news. Because we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Ito starting our countdown with our new PBA Philippine Cup champions, the Meralco Bolts. Meralco snatched their first ever PBA title last night after escaping San Miguel Beermen in the nail-biting Game 6, 80-78. Chris Newsom led Meralco to victory with his game-winning shot at the last 3 seconds of the game. He also bagged the Finals MVP award with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Congratulations. Intense daw yung game.
Very intense ang game with I think nag-set up sila pa ng play San Miguel. Kinikwento sa akin ni JR na si Junmar dapat mag-3 points. Parang he didn't make it.
Pero yung unang 3 points niya, pumasok kasi kala nga din, kahit daw siya, hindi niya daw sure na nagulat siya eh.
Pero according to them, hindi mo na nakikilala kay Fajardo. Nag-3 points daw talaga yan. Hindi lang tumitira in-game yan. But during practices, capable naman siya. Yun lang. Kaya ang maganda naman actually yung play ng San Miguel because hindi man i-expect ng kalaban na magsiset ka ng play for Fajardo to take a 3-point shot. So they will leave him open. Pero he didn't make that last one. So,
ganun talaga.
Bilog ang bola.
First time ng Meralco.
And it's nice to see a new champion. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Huwag naman puro San Miguel.
Iba naman. Saka sabi nga nila, pinaghirapan naman ito ng Meralco Bulls. So, congratulations.
Team game.
Totoo. Alright, sige, sports pa rin tayo. Gilas Pilipinas scores a breakthrough leg title in the FIBA 3x3 Under-23 Nations League Conference. Gilas stunned Mongolia 21-12 over the weekend in Handanshi, China. UAAP standout Noy Remogat continued to lead Gilas Pilipinas after churning out a team-high 7 points. Gilas trails Japan and leader Mongolia, which won 3 leg titles entering the final stop.
Pero itong 3x3 or 3-on-3 na mga leagues, it's gaining ground. Parang nagiging hindi na siya side sport eh. For some countries, nagiging main sport na yan. Pero matagal na yan. A shoe brand back in the 90s introduced this, mga 92, 93. May mga 2 years, 3 years straight, may mga 3x3 or 3-on-3 competition as it was called before. Hindi naman nag-pick up, pero ngayon maganda nag-pick up yan. Kasi namamayagpag ang Pinas pag 3-on-3. Because ang height is not so much of an importance sa 3-on-3 eh. Pag naka-basketball, shooting yan eh, ang bilis. Mga Pinoy, mga shooter. Kung may mga kaidik lang sana tayo ngayon eh. Yung
mga bata ngayon, yung mga lahat na lang nagti-3 points kasama yung anak natin.
Every other kid ata on basketball team may 3-point shooter na eh.
Dati yun eh, anong tawag doon? Rare, 'di ba?
Puro drive, ngayon puro Jordan drive. Ngayon Curry 3 points na lahat.
Yes.
Okay.
Sige, let's move forward na.
Now buzzing at the 9th spot is dengue. The health department warned about the rise of dengue cases in some regions this rainy season. DOH observed the rise of dengue cases for the past 4 weeks in the regions of Ilocos, Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, Mimaropa, Northern Mindanao, Caraga, and Zamboanga Peninsula. There are over 70,000 dengue cases recorded in the country from January 1 to June 1. Almost 200 of them died from the disease. The DOH is also monitoring regions like Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and Calabarzon for the possible increase of dengue cases in those areas.
Particularly because, yun nga, urbanized na, mas maraming tao na yung nag-iipon ng water, mas maraming tao na din yung, there are more potential breeding sites for the mosquitoes na sa mga highly urbanized areas na yun.
O kaya mag-ingat-ingat sa sa dengue. Kung mayroon kang lotion or whatever lotion pang deterrent sa
Mosquito repellent.
mosquito repellent. O kaya
Citronella plant.
no, but not only the plant, you have to take yung stem with the leaf of the plant, babaliin mo, tapos i-boil mo in water. Tapos pag naka-half-boil na yung water, yun ang ilalabas mo kasi mosquitoes don't like the smell of citronella. Na sila, na hihilo daw sila sa citronella. And you have to remember yung hindi not necessarily dirty water ang hinahanap ng dengue mosquitoes to propagate. Hinahanap nila minsan clean but stagnant water. O yun. Pag may stagnant, parang nakikita mo sa video, mga water sa gulong na nag-iipon,
Sa mga
diyan
estero.
namamayagpag. Hindi, as estero kasi flowing naman yan pero pag stagnant siya, mga simple tire. Or yung mga swing, di ba? Yung mga tire na swing ginagawang gano'n. Or malilit na balde na hindi pinapansin.
Kaya nga di ba nga ina-advise yung mga household na to check everything dun sa mga bahay nila na pamumugaran ng lamok.
A simple puddle nga lang daw na hindi mapapansin sa garahe. Pwedeng or lalagyan ng mantika na water na lang Pwede mamaya.
Saka rin kasi tumaas din daw yung cases because you can also take a look at yung factor na dumami yung gustong naghahalaman ngayon sa bahay. Alam mo naman natin yung mga halaman, di ba, takaw, lamok din yan. Pero yun nga, tapos yung mismong may ibang mga halaman kasi na yung pag nadiligan o yung pag umulan, naiiwan yung tubig sa loob. Di ba? Nagiging stagnant. Hence, na pumumugaran ng lamok.
Basta watch out na lang. Makikita mo yung dengue, yung mosquito ba yan? Yung dengue mosquito sa blue stripe. Aedes aegypti. May siya, blue rider ang tawag nila doon. Parang may pagka-blue ang stripe niya sa likod. Medyo makikita mo yan Pero syempre hindi mo manahanapin si dengue mosquito ng ganun Pero usually di ba sa gabi? Gabi siya? Oo.
Sa ingat po kayo, ha?
Ingat po kayo.
Alright, let's move on to our next topic for today. Coming in at our 8th spot, Meralco customers can expect lower electricity bills for this month. This as the power distributor took back its previous rate hike announcement. Meralco will instead decrease its power rate by nearly 2 pesos per kilowatt hour. That brings the overall rate to around 9 pesos per kilowatt hour. The Energy Regulatory Commission, o ERC, ordered the collection of charges in 4 months. That covers purchases from the wholesale electricity spot market or WESM.
Let's talk more about Meralco's power rates. Angel?
Yes, we have on the line. Kakakausap ko nito sa kabilang programa. Spokesperson Joza Dariaga. Good morning po sa inyo ulit, sir.
Hi, good morning, Angel. Good morning, Diego. Kumusta kayong dalawa?
Good morning, Sir Joe. Thank you for joining us again. It's nice to have you.
My pleasure, yes, sir.
Okay, Sir Joe, let's get right to it. Clarify po natin kasi may madaming misunderstanding about yung balita na lumalabas. Walang bawas po ba kung hindi distributed lang ang power rate hike? Is that correct?
Well, actually, customers can expect quite a significant reduction dun sa kanilang electricity bills. This is actually a turnaround of my earlier announcement na may increase. Well, this is based on the order of the ERC, ordering all CUs and the electric co-ops to stagger the collection of Western purchases.
Okay.
Dun sa may supply month in 4 equal monthly installments starting this June hanggang September. So in effect, it's an almost 2 pesos per kilowatt hour decrease in the electric costs of customers ngayong June.
Okay, pero ang effectivity po nito, Sir Joe, is for only 4 months.
Yes, ngayong June, meron tayong reduction na 1 peso and 96 centavos. But there is an add-on already because in-stagger nga ito which needs to be recovered in the next 3 months.
Okay.
Mga 77 centavos yung kailangan i-recover sa susunod na buwan, na mga buwan.
Okay.
Pakipaliwanag na lang din po, Sir Joe, yung bakit po kailangan magtaas ng power rates ng Meralco para lang po mas maintindihan po natin.
Well, Meralco costs are basically made up of generation, transmission, other charges, and the distribution charge. Yung distribution charge ng Meralco, wala pong pagbabago yan. Matagal na po, ano? Itong nagbabago is generation, transmission as well. Pero pinakamalaking bulto po itong generation. Kaya every time I announce every month, I always announce that the significant increase or decrease is always the generation charge.
Okay.
Yan po yung binabayad ng mga DUs tulad po namin sa mga supplier ng kuryente.
Pero Sir Joe, just for context, ang average household that probably consumes 200 kilowatt hours, how much ang makikita po namin sa changes sa bills?
Well, for a customer, typical customer consuming 200 kilowatt hours a month, this is more or less a significant reduction, at least for this month, of around 400 pesos.
Malaki-laki rin yun, Sir Joe, no?
Oo.
Yung daw po sa usapin ng delay na electricity bill sa June, hindi na po yun na mangyayari, tama po?
Hindi na po. Reduction na nga po instead of an increase.
Tama, okay. Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyo, spokesperson Joza Daliaga.
Thank you.
Yun, at least malinaw.
Nilinaw lang natin yun. Ano, kasi yung iba, bakit parang wala pa daw yung bill nila? Pero ito na nga yung sagot dyan ni
delay,
Sir
Tsaka
Joe.
ano kasi,
Hindi natutuloy yung
hindi
delay.
maintindihan ng tao yung report na lumalabas. Bawas ba? Dagdag
Ano ba?
Ano ba meron?
Ano ba kayo?
Oo. Yung pala, yung actual increase, deferred lang. Parang pinag-divide amongst
July to September, staggered.
Staggered siya, kaya bababa siya from the previous.
Yes. Tapos although, yun nga nakalimutan ko lang itanong, di ba magkakaroon din ng generation cost na
Correct.
babayaran din natin?
Babayaran din natin.
Alright, coming up. Let's get to know the latest about our Filipino seafarers on board of the Houthi-hit MV Tutor in the Red Sea.
And China has implemented their no trespassing policy in the South China Sea over the weekend. Now, what is our government's response to this?
Oo, dapat pag-usapan din natin yan. And we are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. to watching Brunch here on One News.
Holiday ngayon. It's the Feast of Sacrifice for
Yes.
our fellow Muslim brothers natin. And yesterday naman was
Father's Day celebration. Saan kayo nagpunta? Paano niyo sinelebrate ang Father's Day celebration? Masaya ka ba? Nag-Father's Day tayo
Busog
kahapon,
pa rin ako.
celebration.
Busog pa rin ako.
Busog ka pa rin?
Oo.
Masaya
Oy,
ka ba sa nilibre mo sarili mo sa pagkain?
Hindi, kayo family ko po naglibre sa akin.
Joke lang. Of course.
Oy,
So,
pero
yan, yun sa mga
Oo.
natin viewers ngayon, they can comment. Siyempre, of course, yung sa hula nila, ano ba yung magiging number one dito sa
Ano ba to? May
countdown natin.
May Kiboloy talk to or Tevez talk pa ba to?
Let's see. And
Or
of
may
course,
resolution na to?
Oo. Pwede rin
Malay
sila
mo.
mag-post dito or mag-comment kung saan sila pumunta, paano nila sinelebrate yung
May na-water
Father's
cannon na naman ba na Philippine Coast Guard?
Day. Oo nga.
Oy,
Magkaiba
pero
tayo sinasabi.
ito meron dito oh.
Ano?
From our
batiin?
fellow here from
O, batiin mo.
No. May breaking from our ikaw Angel, ikaw yung latest from Manny mo gato.
Oo. Hindi kasi mamaya ko pa dapat babasahin.
Hindi kasi
yan.
breaking
Kaya
yan eh.
breaking ito, Beijing says Philippine ship has collided with a Chinese vessel in the South China Sea.
Oh, that's from AFP.
Oo, wala pa tayong full details on this, but this is coinciding kasi ng nag-start na yung new policy supposedly ng China on arresting without trial yung mga foreign trespassers in their
Basta for
territorial claims.
So for details on what's happening sa West Philippine Sea, they can just stick to One News or One PH, diba, sa Signal TV for more updates. For sure, during the news day, magkakaroon ng mga updates yan. Pero in the meantime, let's get right back to our countdown.
Right. Going straight to our 7th spot, a recent SWS survey shows that the quality of life of most Filipinos stayed the same over the past year. Only 30% said it improved, while some 25% believed their life quality got worse. This translates to a net gain of +5, which was unchanged from the December 2023 survey. Net gains refer to the difference between the percentage of people who had better quality of life and people who had worse quality of life.
Ito, self-survey.
SWS survey yan. Hindi natin alam kung sino nag-commission, but yun nga sinasabi dyan, out of 1,500,
No, in other words,
1 in 3 are saying na
So ang basis nila is opinion ng tao on their lives?
hindi daw sila
Ma-asenso or remains unchanged. So 45% the same, 30% say it improved, and 25% said their quality of life got worse.
And alam naman natin yan dahil witness naman tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
Tataas ang gasolina, ang mahal ng kilo ng bigas, ang mahal ng mga bilhin. Ultimo luya, mahal, di ba? 200 to 300 per kilo ngayon ng luya. So talagang maintindihan mo ngayon yung mga tao. At the same time, yung iba, wala ring trabaho. Di ba?
Naisip mo nga na coming from pandemic, kasi people are expecting na nag-i-improve na. So pag walang significant improvement, siguro nalulungkot yung tao. Kasi imbis na nag-i-improve, nakita na tumataas, sabi mo nga, tumataas lahat. Di sasabihin nila, wala nang babago. Diba?
Kaya nga, ang hiling ng mga manggagawa, taasan yung sweldo. Actually, on June 20, magkakaroon ng public hearing with the stakeholders ang DOLE, no? Tsaka yung Regional Tripartite Board, na pag-aralan nga kasi itong hinihingi ng mga manggagawa na taas ng sweldo. Actually, 597 yung hinihiling nila on top of 610, 'di ba, na basic minimum wage dito sa Metro Manila. Pero pag-uusapan nga yan, 'di ba? Kasi alam naman natin yung last wage increase na ginawa last year, if I'm not mistaken, 40 pesos ang inangat, ano?
Kasi kung titignan mo ang income ng isang Filipino family on the average, negative po ang income. What does negative income mean? Negative income means yung kinikita mo, in essence, hindi na napupunta sa pocket mo. It's because you're paying off debt and you're paying off food, which is minsan kulang pa. So sa cycle ka lang back to utang. Which is called also what they're saying, yung gap. What is that gap? Yung gap sa sweldo mo versus yung ginagastos mo for food. Malaki po ang wage gap natin. And we will never be able to bridge that in the next 3 or next 3 or 4 years. So we have to address that issue right now, yung wage gap na yan.
Yes. Kaya ako, gusto ko kasi makita itong
Na
pakita sa'yo. Bakit din? Gusto ko lang ipakita sa iyo yung yung living wage.
Wow,
yung
pare.
antas ng pamumuhay ng mga pamilya. Dapat daw yan ay 1,197 or 26,029 per month in order to live decently.
Yeah, yun ang sinasabi ko, the wage gap.
Ngayon, 610 lamang, 'di ba? Yung minimum wage ng isang manggagawa. So napakalaki nung sinasabi mo nga na wage
600 to
gap.
700 is the wage gap. And usually, the wage gap only is pointing out to basic survival. Meaning, ano ba kailangan mo para mabuhay? Kailangan mo ng pagkain at tubig. Hindi pa taking into account nito. For example, sabi nga nila, you have to adjust already. What is the minimum threshold for living comfortably? What do you mean? Because meron ka ng, for example, El Nino, temperatures are reaching 40 degrees. So is now having more than one electric fan in your house basic survival already?
Exactly.
Sabi ng iba, yes, having an electric fan is tantamount to having food on the table. Kung wala kang electric fan, tas 40 degrees Celsius ang temperature mo, how will you survive? That's not survival. Not even decent living anymore, but survival. So we have to rethink for example, you're living in a place na mabaha. Now, is having an elevated house a basic necessity to survival? Yes. Dati, luho yan kung may higher ground ka. Ngayon, hindi na.
Kailangan may second
survival
floor ka.
yan. Because there are other factors na nag-iiba na. What did they say pag sa insurance? Yung clause nito?
Yung mga acts of
God
God.
clause, acts of God. Yun. Parang ganun eh. May acts of God na tayong you have to take into consideration.
Kaya, di ba, hindi lang, sa isang pamilya, ano ba yung iniisip ng isang pamilya? Di ba, sa gastusin, you have the food, yung basic necessities sa mga anak, kung ilang mga anak sila, yung renta ng bahay, transportation, going sa trabaho or sa eskwela, napakalaki ng gastos. Kaya hindi mo maintindihan mo itong survey na to,
Yeah.
di ba? We're drawing these information, data, and opinions coming from this survey. Diba, na talagang alam mo yung antas ng pamumuhay ng mga kababayan natin na hindi umaangat.
And before we move forward, yung survey na to, magiging narrative to ng mga political parties come this elections. If noong 2010 to 2016, ang nag-elevate, bumawi tayo sa economy pero nag-elevate yung crime sa panahon ni Pangulong Aquino. So naging narrative ng campaign ni PRRD was fight against crime and drugs, which he won using that narrative. Ngayon, ang primary concern ng tao, parang hindi na lumalabas ang crime masyado eh. Meron pa, pero it's been addressed somewhat. It's been medyo nabawasan. Ano nagiging issue ngayon? Ang laman ng tiyan, presyo ng bigas, presyo ng baboy, presyo ng gulay, di ba? Gutom ang tao. So, ang narrative ngayon magiging political parties, sino ang mag-a-address nitong problems na ito?
Oo. Nabanggit mo yung bigas na yan, di ba? Usapin nga yung imported na rice na bababaan yung taripa. Sinasabi nila, is this really, a good solution, enough solution? Or dahil gusto mo lang magkaroon ng magandang GDP growth or mga numero mo, pero those are aesthetic, ika nga, di ba, na numero. Dahil at the end of the day, kawawa yung mga magsasaka natin, di ba? Dahil mas favor dun sa mga imported rice.
Kaya sabi ng ibang congressman sa lower house that belong to the opposition bloc, kaya daw ganito yung admin na to, looking for ways na medyong hindi pinag-aaralan is because ang platform of campaign aside from unity ni PBBM was the price of rice. Yun ang isa sa main come-on, gagawin 20 pesos. At hanggang ngayon, hinahanap pa ng tao yun.
Sa ibang lugar sa atin, sa mga probinsya, hindi ka makakita ng 40-something o 48 pesos na per kilo na rice. Lagi 50 yan, 60.
Ang decently milled rice na is 55 to 58 eh. Decently milled. Ang well-milled is already 62 to 68 pesos pag well-milled rice.
Totoo yan. Nako. So, yun nga. Ito dun lang para sa context sa mga kakatune in lang sa atin. Ito ay derive. Yung mga opinion po natin, yung mga information that we're saying is derived nga base dito dun sa most recent survey ng SWS where in fact, ang sinasabi nila, most Pinoys believe yung quality of life nila hindi nagbago or mas lumala pa.
Hopefully, mag-improve naman yan. Of course, we all want to move forward.
Of course.
And the countdown is going to move forward as well. Okay, on our sixth spot, President Marcos has appointed retired Judge Jaime Santiago as the new NBI Director. Santiago took his oath of office before Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on Friday. He served at the Western Police District, which is now the Manila Police District from 1979 to 2000. Santiago was also the presiding judge of the regional trial courts in the cities of Manila and Tagaytay. He replaced Medardo de Lemos, who retired from service. Long-serving official na ibalik sa NBI. Okay.
All right, let's move forward. Entering our fifth spot is MV Tutor. The 21 Filipino seafarers from the Houthi-hit bulk carrier will arrive later today in Manila. The seafarers are on their way back home after they were rescued and brought to port of Manama in Bahrain. One Filipino seafarer aboard the vessel is still missing and authorities are conducting search operations for him. The MV Tutor was attacked by the Houthi rebel while sailing along the Red Sea last week. Yun ang magandang balita doon. 21 out of our Filipino crew member ay pauwi na ngayon dahil nga doon sa agarang rescue na ginawa sa kanila.
And
pero
one
ang
still
malungkot
unaccounted
dyan,
for.
may isa pang unaccounted for. Kanina kausap namin si Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak at inaalam pa rin nila, hopefully daw makita nga nila itong missing Filipino. And they are coordinating with the family of this missing Pinoy on board nga nitong MV Tutor para dun sa mga iba pang kailangang gawin para nga mahanap itong kaanak nila. Baka daw kasi nasa engine room. Medyo malaki-laki yun no? Pero yun nga, on the other side naman, itong mga kababayan natin pauwi na dito and they'll be given, assistance. Alam mo na, yung mga usual na ginagawa ng ating government para dito sa mga naiuwi natin ng mga kababayan from other countries. Pero they said nga, they're going to review itong patakaran nila when it comes to sailing dyan sa mga dangerous areas o dangerous routes. Kasi, di ba, alam naman natin, itong mga Filipino crew members natin, meron silang option, di ba, na pwede silang hindi sumama kung dadaan sa mga delikadong ruta.
Pipirma ka lang.
Pero kung gusto nilang sumama, pipirma sila ng consent. Diba? Consent to sail na okay lang sa inyo, you'll take the risk. Pero may mga karampatang additional na payment sa kanila. Pero ayun nga, nire-review yan ng Department of Work, DMW, kung anong gagawin nila. Kasi pwede nilang gawin na temporary, wag na muna. Dahil, diba, kahit may consent to sail ka, nakita mo naman yung ang tawag dito, yung danger na
kasi
hinaharap mo
usually
dyan.
ang banning of deployment to certain countries, ang term na ginagamit, dapat may clear and present danger, actual quantifiable danger to a person's life or threat or property before you ban a place to work. Ngayon, we do that sa mga areas na very dangerous. In the past, we've temporarily banned Filipinos from being further deployed. In other words, kung may Pinoy na doon at hindi may pauwi, wag na dagdagan ng Pinoy. Ngayon, sabi nila, ang magiging problema kasi nila dito from banning Pinoys from working, hindi kasi territory yung the place that they work. It's talking about a people on board a vessel. Pero that vessel also is a hazard to a lot of Filipinos. And it aside from, of course, welfare ng Pinoys natin na we're very concerned about, the government also uses resources to make sure that the Filipinos are safe. Diba? So it puts a strain also on government efforts. So that's why they have to consider temporarily until we know.
Sana, oo.
At saka ayaw natin may mamatay na Pinoy. So how do we secure this? If we cannot guarantee, if
safety.
nobody can guarantee their safety, then let's revisit this. While revisiting it, let's temporarily ban deployment to these areas. Pero sabi nga nila that they've advised already na yung mga ship lines na huwag daw dumaan sa mga hot zones na ito.
Ang problema kasi, hindi dadaan. Pero dun sa mga kumpanya, mas for them, pag dumaan dito dun sa area na to, mas kasi they will cut through Diba? Mas mura para sa kanila in terms of oil na gagamitin, etc. Pero kung hindi sila dadaan doon, they will have to go around, etc. Na mas mahal naman for them. Pero yun nga, ano bang mas mas matimbang dito, di ba, buhay ng tao. Dahil alam mo naman natin, talagang ongoing pa rin yung ginagawa ng mga Houthi rebels dyan sa area na yan. Dahil sabi nga nila, this is because of their condemnation.
Yun.
Di ba, dun sa nangyayari sa Gaza Strip.
Ngayon,
Pero dun sa mga inaatake nila, ay wala namang kinalaman doon sa nangyayari sa Gaza Strip. Go ahead, Jack.
That's okay. You said it na.
Hindi na.
Nasabi mo na.
Nasabi ba?
Sabi mo na.
Pero hindi, di ba? Dagdagan mo na lang. Nagtampo ka na?
No. For context, no. For context, ang Houthi rebels, Iran-backed group. Hindi po, ano yan ano ba ang Tagalog word to term that? Hindi po pipitsuging grupo yan. They have helicopters, they have drones.
Military drones nga yung
And they
tumatake dito
have-
sa MV Tutor
They have missile systems that are the same as yung ginamit ng US sa Desert Storm.
Right,
So they are very advanced group, sympathetic to the plight of Iran and Palestine. But hindi po Palestine in general. Yung mga rebels ng Palestine, ano yung pangalan ng grupo na yan? Kalimutan ko na sila. Yung pangalan nila? Yung rebel group ng Palestine, yun. They're sympathetic to that cause. They're time and again nagkaka-debate if they were to be tagged as terrorists or not. But they're an armed group. In the past naman, they've proven na not to be so violent because usually they don't kill yung mga sinasalakay nilang boat like other groups, kinakapture nila at rini-release nila. Pero, ayan, may namatay na ngang Pinoy. So, we should revisit how we can secure.
Ito, hinahanap pa yung isa, yung Pinoy out of, dito sa MV
Well, we hope he's
Tutor,
still alive.
Sana,
We hope.
oo, of course.
Hoping, again, hoping for the best.
Ang daming nga bumabati dito sa ating Facebook Live na mga nanonood. Si Lenny Mendoza, si
Tama.
Kay
Tingnan nga
Beher, si Ralph Domingo, of course, at saka si M.A. Loreto. Kilala ko to si Mami Bots to O, diba?
Si Mami Bots ba
Ay,
yun?
Mami Bots.
Mami Bots
Oo.
Loreto pala tayo
May kulang daw dito sa natin, sa pagkain natin.
Ano yung kulang?
Toyo kalamansi na may sili.
Nako, please, huwag nyo nabanggitin yan kasi kumain na ako. Ayoko nagdagdag.
Kumain ka na, hindi mo ako inantay.
Anong oras kayo nandito? Mag-aantay pa ako? 5
Akala
o'clock.
ko ba hindi ka kakain
5
pag di mo
o'clock
ako
pa lang po
kasama?
ng umaga nandito na nahihilo na ako.
Akala ko ba di ka kakain pag di mo ako kasama?
Kumakain ako pag kasama ka, pero pag gumigising ako 5
Pag mo doble.
pag kumakain ako 5 ng umaga, bahala ka sa buhay mo.
Alright, sige. Let's continue with our countdown.
Heating up on our 4th spot, Philippine and U.S. troops conducted live fire exercises in Ilocos Norte. This is part of their annual Marine Aviation Support Activity or MASA. It is a joint military exercise in the Philippines which focuses on rehearsing emerging military concepts. Over the weekend, soldiers used ground-based artillery to enhance their counter-landing capabilities. The exercises will run until June 21.
Counter landing means we need to prevent them from landing in our beaches. So we use our artillery to prevent these landings. The target took the form of an amphibious ship trying to go inward to our beaches.
They were interviewed all the last time and then they said ito yung mga sunod-sunod na drills are drills that actually can happen in scenario-based talaga. Kasi yung mga ibang exercises natin, mga basic drills lang. But ito ay parang specific drills na that will be productive in case na mayroong conflict sa land, 'di ba? Using new technology as well para we get used to it.
Alright, let's move on. Bilis ng oras natin Ranking 3rd is the controversial new Senate building. May halong politika nga ba ang pagpapatigil ng construction nito? Senator Nancy Binay asked Senator Alan Peter Cayetano to leave politics out of this issue. Binay, the former Senate Committee Chair on Accounts, earlier criticized her committee successor for supposedly reporting false information about the cost of constructing the new Senate building. She refused to accept Cayetano's report that the price tag of the new Senate building is now at 23 billion pesos. When asked if politics was involved in this issue, Binay said she already moved on from the rift between the Binays and the Cayetanos. Earlier this year, the Supreme Court favored the Cayetano-led Taguig against the Binay-led Makati over the ownership of the Embo barangays.
Ilang taon na rin kami magkasama ni Senator Alan, and I thought na kung ako nga, 'di ba, na naka-move on ako, samantalang kami nga yung sinugatan at sinaktan. So hindi ko maintindihan bakit parang kailangan niyang haluan ng politika itong new Senate building.
In an interview with 1PH sa Totoo Lang last week, Binay said she is still waiting for Cayetano's invitation to talk about cost of constructing the new Senate building. She also urged the senator to have their meeting in the new Senate building.
Siguro maganda din na pag nag-meeting kami, doon na namin gawin sa new Senate building dahil ang nakakalungkot, ang dami na nilang comment doon sa building pero ni isang beses, hindi pa sila nakakatapak doon sa building na ilang beses nila kung ano-ano yung mga pinagsasabi nila.
Well,
lumalawak tong issue na to.
Sabi nila, this new rift sa building na to between the factions is may have just officially sealed the fate daw of the Magnificent Seven, that they might just be part of the minority because kasi before this issue,
contemplating lang sila
to remain neutral and then leave the minority as it is, but mukhang this might just be the tinder or the mitsa.
Ako isipin mo lang di ba nung kailan ba yun nagulat tayo may magkaroon ng mga survey na senator pala si Alan Peter Cayetano. Kasi hindi natin alam before, 'di ba, na or hindi nakaligtaan lang siya dahil sobrang tahimik niya 'Di ba? Sobrang tahimik niya at that time. Pero simula nung umupo nga ito si Senator Jesus Cordero as a Senate President, yan na. Nagsisimula na siyang bumalik ulit dito sa Senate scene at ito ang una niyang pasabog. 'Di ba? Itong magastos daw na 23 billion peso na new Senate building.
When, alam mo, if you look at the statements of Senator Jesus Cordero, SP Cheese, wala man siya sinasabi.
Wala siyang sinabi.
Wala siyang sinasabing anomalous. Ang sinabi lang niya, nagulat lang siya kasi ang alam daw niya yung original budget was something 7 to 8 billion. Bakit naging ganito? A simple question lang na other senators na siguro na igamit by accident or by saying na, oy, bakit ganyan, di ba?
Kasi Cayetano yung head ng Senate accounts ngayon.
As Senator Nancy Binay said, politics.
Yes, si Senator Nancy Binay ay yung former head nitong or chairman nitong committee na to, which is sabi nga nila may away ang Cayetano versus pero sabi naman ni Senator Binay, naka-move on na daw siya.
Hindi, siya ang inaway Siya ang inaway, siya pa naka-move on, sabi
Actually,
niya.
ang hinihilig niya kasi is ma-consult din siya because Senate President Jesus Cordero actually consulted former Senator Ping Lacson, which is former head din ng Accounts Committee on this. He also consulted former Senator o Senate President Tito Soto regarding this. So sabi niya, sana ako din makonsult because mas updated ako sa mga nangyayari. Pero sinabi nga, nilinaw naman ni Senator Ping Lacson on his side na sabi niya, kasi yung ibang mga consultants niya ay nagtatrabaho na rin as consultants kay Senator Nancy Binay, na sinasabi niya, well, to be fair naman, wala pa naman nire-release na pera ang Senate doon sa hinihingi nga na panibago ng DPWH. Kasi for context, DPWH na nag-i-implement itong project na to. So yung hinihingi nilang pera na additional, hindi pa nare-release ng Senate yun because there were questions on the side of Senator Binay. So yun lang yung nangyayari. Pero ang importante, Diego.
Basta sa context ko naman, sana naman bago sila naglabas sa media ng mga kanya-kanyang statements, nag-usap-usap muna sila.
Exactly.
Kasi ginugulo nyo di ba? So mag-usap kayo lahat because you're all in one building, you're 24 lang kayo, you're all in one building. So sana they talk amongst each other to clarify things before coming out with statements left and right on media. Doon sila nagsasagutan
Tuloy yung mga tao, iniisip nila, ano ba, meron bang anomalya dito? Tapos ito, meron tayong survey na hindi pa rin umuusad ang buhay ng mga tao. Diba, hindi maganda ang kalidad ng kanilang buhay. Tapos we have Senate building na ganito kalaki ang ginagastos. So,
24 offices, 24 lang kayo. So might as well go up and down the floor. Katokin mo yung, unless hindi ka pumasok. Wala kang magagawa kung hindi ka pumasok. Hindi mo mahanap yung isang senador. Ngayon lang, di ba?
Naku,
Ewan ko.
mahaba-habang, nagiging tuloy humahaba tong usapin na to sa new Senate building.
Ayusin niyo yan kasi madami nagugutom. Building niyo pinag-uusapan. Tapusin niyo na yan and address the other issues.
Mainam naman na titignan, di ba? Kung ano yung mga
Wag
issue
gawing
dyan.
issue. Talk about it amongst yourselves, di ba? And then kung may anomaly, then ilabas nyo. Kung walang anomaly, ayusin nyo.
Move forward. Kasi
Move
baka
forward.
mas lalong tawag dito, makagastos kung ma-delay. Although sabi naman ni Senator Cayetano, diretso naman yung ibang wing sa pag-construct di ba?
Ang pag-anuhin nyo napansin is mag-construct kayo ng classrooms sa mga kabataan natin.
Oo nga, tama ka.
Okay,
Tama.
nag-aaway kayo dyan sa 23 billion peso building.
Allegedly 23 billion. Okay, sige. Don't go away because we're not done yet. May ilan pa tayo?
Tuloy mo na.
Sabi mo ilan pa?
Tuloy mo na.
May dalawa pa po tayo. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. At dahil po busog na busog to si Diego, maraming laman ng kanyang bibig. Ako muna ang mamabangka ngayon na teka, ano muna ang tawag dito? Babatiin ko muna yung mga nasa Facebook natin, Facebook Live natin. Si Ralph Domingo, si Raihen Zepol, si Sam Pokemon Go, of course, si M.A. Loreto, si Mami Bots, si Juan Miguel Ebron, at saka of course si
Migs.
Direk Marvin.
Ha?
Oo. Hi Kay, watching daw siya from Antipolo.
Hi, Direk Marvin. Long time no see.
Alright, sige. Hindi pa to countdown, pero meron akong ibang balita sa inyo. The Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino sits down with Denise Tan for the long take. In that interview, Tolentino shares the struggles in the past Olympics and their preparations for the upcoming Games. The concurrently Tagaytay mayor also gives a glimpse on what to expect from POC's partnership with Signal TV. Catch this episode of Long Take here on One News later today at 6:15 p.m. Ready ka na?
Oo. Exciting yan, ha? Exciting yung magiging coverage sa mga
Of
Olympians
course.
natin. Pangkarinig ko para may behind the scenes pa sila. Pero let's look
that's nice.
wait for the announcement kung ano yung mangyayari. But in the meantime, let's move on to our countdown. Nasa number 2 ulit tong about si Alice Guo. Now, ito yung the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission will file criminal complaints against the suspended Bamban Tarlac mayor for her alleged involvement in illegal pogo operations in her town. Here's the report.
Suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo will face more legal troubles. The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission or PAOC will file criminal complaints against Guo. They said they found more evidence linking Guo to illegal pogo operations in Bamban.
On Tuesday, we will meet as a body to finally decide on the charges. Kasi medyo marami ho. To be honest with you, there are a good number of criminal charges that we could file against the mayor of Bamban. So ang usapan namin kagabi was we would focus on the most serious and the non-bailable charges first. Then we will follow through with the other charges later on. Hayaan mo na lang sa Friday, pag file namin, hayaan mo na lang mabigla kung gaano kadaming counts. Baka basta marami.
The Ombudsman previously placed Guo under a 6-month preventive suspension amid the ongoing investigation into her alleged ties with Pogos. Guo accepted the suspension but insisted her innocence against the accusations. Meanwhile, PAOC has finished raiding the 10-hectare Pogo compound in Porac, Pampanga. They are also planning to file criminal complaints against the alleged Pogo torturer identified as Wu Lifeng. PAOC said the case against Wu got stronger because of the photos of 2 dead Chinese nationals found in his phone. If found guilty, Wu might imprisoned in the country for until 6 years.
Pag yan ay turo yan, kasama sa kakasuhan natin ng human trafficking. Pag naituro yan, nanggugulpi yan, ha?
Oo.
Tapos, ma-detain muna dito yan, makukulong, masisintensyahan. Pag nasa-serve niya na yung sentence niya, tsaka siya i-deport.
Yun. Yan ang magandang gawin. Talaga, kasuhan nyo na yung mga dapat kasuhan. At number 1 nga nito, si Mayor Alice Guo. Para matapos na, di ba, yung mga usapin at saka...
Kasi medyo nalilihis yung kwento
Yes.
about nationality and ano. Let's first link her to the Pogo if there are any links. And then we move on from other cases that she's probably, or issues that she's lying about. Kasi yun ang important ngayon eh. We have to address itong link niya and possible links sa iba pang politiko sa Pogos.
Yes.
And then close down once and for all Pogos. Kasi wala talagang naidudulot na kabutihan ito.
Oo. And it's good that you mention yung iba pang link ng mga politiko sa Pogos. Dahil pag-usapan din natin yung sa Porac, Pampanga. 'Di ba? Ilang months sila nag-ooperate doon. Hindi
Malaki yung sa Porac eh.
hindi ba alam ng mayor, hindi ba alam ng governor doon kung ano yung nangyayari doon sa napakalaking property doon sa loob noon, 'di ba? So we have to take a look at that. Wala tayong sinisisi, wala tayong allegedly lang naman lahat ng ito. So yun dapat makita natin.
Ako,
diba?
I find it hard to believe na most mayors would not know
Kung ano yung nangyayari sa turf nila, di ba?
Sa turf nila, especially pag pogo operations na ito, na pwede mong silipin kasi alam mo naman mainit. It's because ang laki-laki ng mga establishments sa mga pogo. Ito mga mayor nga na mga prostitution din na nare-ready na, maliliit na prostitution na alam nila.
Exactly.
Kasi may mga informant yan. Mga malalaking pogo na lantaran gumawa ng illegal operations, hindi nila alam.
Oo. Kaya, totoo, napakalaking, question mark, di ba? Sa Tarlac nga sabi nung governor doon, pinagbawal na niya ever since 2021 pa, if I'm not mistaken, ang Pogo doon. Pero nag-flourish ang Pogo doon under Mayor Alice Guo sa administration. So,
Dapat love, feast of love and sacrifice.
Yes. At
At
saka-
nakakainit ng ulo ko sa mga balita.
last na, kasi tsaka para dun sa nangyayaring yung ginagawang Senate hearing, di ba, in aid of legislation, dapat din mapag-usapan na dyan ano mga yung dapat gawin,
Yeah.
di ba, ng different stakeholders here, like PSA, Bureau of Immigration, even DOLE, dahil sila nagbibigay ng working permit dun sa iba. What else, di ba? Para malaman natin kung ano yung mga dapat baguhin. Dahil nagkakaroon nga ng mga loopholes dito at kaya nangyayari itong mga illegal na pogo na to.
Magtuturoan sila kung sino may responsibility kasi na foreclosure and allowing them to proliferate, di ba? So, dapat magkaroon ng unified response. Just like what we had sa COVID, di ba?
Yeah.
We had a unified response, di ba? Na-eliminate
Yung
natin
IATF.
yung IATF. I-eliminate nila yung turuan at hindi ako pagkor hindi, si Mayor they're pointing fingers at each other, walang nare-resolve, humahaba ang usapan.
Exactly. Iniinit yung ulo ni
Our
Diego.
Muslim brothers are teaching us to have love, peace, and sacrifice in our hearts.
And on that note, let's move forward to our next topic for today, ang ating top story. China begins implementing its so-called anti-trespassing policy. Here's the report.
China positioned its vessels in Huangyandao in the South China Sea on Sunday. This as their so-called anti-trespassing policy begins. Under this, those they will deem intruders may be detained for up to 60 days. Several Filipino lawmakers have since condemned China for their new rule. Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barber says the Philippines should also arrest Chinese trespassers in our territory. He adds that Chinese vessels should also be required to secure permits before entering the West Philippine Sea. The Air Force maintains that their patrols over the area will continue.
Of guarding and protecting our airspace to include our territorial waters and our exclusive economic zones. So magpapatuloy po ang pagpapatrolya ng ating Philippine Air Force pag kinakailangan.
President Bongbong Marcos earlier said that China's anti-trespassing policy is completely unacceptable. He also warned that a Filipino casualty in the area will be considered an act of war. The Group of Seven also condemns China's harassment of Philippine vessels. The group says they are concerned about the situation in the disputed waters. They also reiterated their opposition to any policy that is implemented unilaterally.
Alright, balikan ko lang, Diego, yung kaninang sinasabi natin breaking news dahil nga ang Armed Forces of the Philippines is still verifying itong alleged collision incident between Philippine and Chinese ships sa West Philippine Sea. So sinasabi nga nila they're still verifying it and we are in the I'll quote spokesperson, AFP spokesperson Francel Padilla. We are in the process of verifying the report from a foreign media source and will provide updates shortly.
Kasi remember, may kumakalat na iba-ibang balita na yung nagkaroon ng collision.
Oo, ito nga yun.
Yung pala, the first collision we had, there's another collision. Pero
Yeah.
ano pala yun, that was a commercial vessel that other time. So this time, before things get out of hand or kanya-kanyang haka-haka, let's just wait na lang for yung official reports. We'll be updating you throughout the day naman dito sa, stay tuned sa One News
Yes.
channel natin. All the way to mamayang gabi.
Oh, and I also read in some of the news reports earlier na itong mga Chinese ships na to ay nagposisyon na doon sa area, doon sa kanilang area.
Ready namang huli.
Ready namang huli kung meron silang makikitang foreign trespassers in their so-called territorial claims. So, ang sinabi naman ng PCG, AFP, and the NSA, National Security Agency, lahat ng, ang tawag dito, kumbaga yung mga fishermen natin, tuloy lang kayo dyan, di ba? Kami yung bahala, etc. But hopefully nga, wag naman humantong na sa mas marahas na pangyayari. Di ba? Bakit?
Alright, and then thank you pala for all our viewers for joining us today.
Yes.
It was a first day of the week and starting off with a holiday because it's a feast of
Idil Adha.
Idil
Ay,
Adha.
idagdag ko lang nga pala dito, before I forget, kasi importante din, wala yata yun sa news natin kanina. Yung G7, di ba? Nag-announce sila na kinokondena nila yung mga water cannoning na ginagawa ng China against the Philippines. And these are one of the group ng mga richest and powerful countries. Di ba? You have Japan, France, Italy, US na nagsasabi na they're also kumbaga, tawag dito, nire-reiterate nila yung 2016
Ito, yung Group of
ruling.
Seven, ito yung Group of
Yes.
Seven, ito yung statement nila. We remain seriously concerned about the situation in the East and South China Seas and reiterate our strong opposition to any unilateral attempt to change the status quo by
Yun,
force
yung kanina,
or coercion.
nasa report
That's
yan.
from the Group of Seven or the G7 nations, G7 summit.
Importante din na nasabi nila. But of course, lagi ko nga sinasabi dito sa show natin, sa brunch, na ang narrative kasi ng China would be always ang gusto nilang kausap lang, no other foreign entities. Gusto nila bilateral talks lang with the Philippines or bilateral talks with other claimants. Kanya-kanyang talks. Ayaw nila nung may mga kausap.
Well, hindi naman tayo eng-eng na maniwala na bilateral talks works between two countries that are not even in terms of economic and military might. That might work if a country like the US and China will sit down at the table, US and North Korea, China, Russia, but it will not work with a smaller nation against a bigger
Like
nation.
us.
Both nations have to have equal bargaining chips, di ba?
Totoo.
For a discussion to work. Ayan, and with that, may mga mabatiin pa ba?
Of course, sino pa ba? Yung mga
Lahat ng
regular
viewers
viewers
natin,
natin.
si
oo.
Vladimir, si Mother Earth, si Tito Tix, good morning. Belated Happy Father's
Tito
Day.
Naldi and Tita Daisy Cancho.
Yes, and all our Muslim brothers out there. Oo.
Jerry Young at saka si Marjorie Tan. Nanonood din sa atin yan. Saka si Hill Flores. Hello po.
Yun. Hey,
Ng NCDA yan.
and I'd like to leave everyone with a quote that maybe we could learn, something we could learn from our Muslim brothers about being loving and peace-loving people. And here's a quote from Jimi Hendrix, and the quote goes, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace."
Ayun,
In other words, huwag mong mahalin ang kapangyarihan, di ba? Instead, mahalin mo ang kapwa-tao mo. The
Alam ko
power
yun
of
eh,
love,
familiar
not
ako
the
dyan.
love of power.
Si Jimi Hendrix na magaling na
Pasensya na, hindi ko
maggitara.
na sunod yung twist natin na gusto mong mangyari na hulaan mo.
Kumain ka na. Ay, hindi. Malinis na yung plato
Then,
mo. Tapos
okay na ako,
kanina.
napagod ako sa'yo dahil ang
Bakit?
dami mong baon ngayon.
Wala tayong guest eh.
Puputok na naman ang ugat. Kaya hindi na
Wala
ako
tayong guest. So, tayo na lang ang kumuda.
Yan ang nangyayari pag nakakasama si Manong Ted. Daming pumapasok sa brain na info.
Oo nga. And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch. Oh, ikaw naman.
Kinuha mo na eh. Sa'yo
Hindi.
na lahat.
Dapat
Sa'yo na lahat.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunsad Castro. And he is Angelo Castro III. We are One News. All sides, all the time.